Okay, so today we will discuss Amazon Elastic Block Storage (EBS) and types of EBS volume. Right. So Amazon Elastic Block Storage (EBS). Amazon Elastic Block Storage is a block level storage service provided by Amazon Web Service. It offers persistence and a highly available volume for use with AWS EC2 instance. EBS volume are ideal for database, store, data warehouse, and other applications that require consistent and low latency performance. In AWS also, you can hear, maybe you will hear the name S3, right? It's also is used for the storage, but here EBS means the elastic block storage. It's store uh, only it's a volume which is connect to the EC2 instance, right? Suppose you are creating a computer like a virtual machine, so it's require the storage, right? So this storage is our EBS, elastic block storage, and in this elastic block storage, we we can install our OS, right? But in S3 we cannot install the OS. It's a actually major difference between EBS and S3. In EBS we can install our OS, but in S3 we cannot install the OS, right? So the types of Amazon EBS value. Amazon EBS general purpose SSD, right? It's a volume type, right? So types of volume. First type is general purpose SSD, right? So use where it will use cases ideal for a broad range of workloads such as boot volumes, development and test environment. Performance good balance for price and performance with the availability to browse to input output. Input output per second, right? IOPS means input output per second. Baseline performance up to 3000 IOPS with the availability to boost up to the 16,000 IOPS for short period, right? So suppose our requirement is input output per second is up to 3000, then we will go for the general purpose SSD, right? It's our requirement. According to our requirement, we will use our SSD. Suppose our requirement is very high, right? So it's actually general purpose and minimum requirement. It's SSD is minimum general purpose SSD. It's a minimum requirement. Then if our requirement is high, then we will go for the second one, right? EBS provis- professional IOPS SSD, right? Use cases suitable for input output instance application and created database workloads, right? But in previously you can see it's not for a database, but here this EBS volume we can use for the database. It's just a simple just small difference is there. Performance designed to deliver predictable and consistent high performance. Input output per second offers provided input output range from 100 to 64,000 per value, right? Its range increased, right? You can see here up to 16,000, but here 64,000, right? Then next one is the throughput optimized HDD. Okay, so here you can see these two are the completely SSD, general purpose SSD, and this is also the SSD, and this one is the HDD, right? SDD use cases best for frequently accessed throughput, intensive workloads, right? Performance where it's used, optimized for the large sequential input output with the high throughputs, input output per second. Throughputs optimized for so input output is not a primarily performance consideration, right? Then next one is the cold HDD, ideal for frequently accessed cold data workloads. Performance low cost per GB for workloads with low input output frequent requirements. Right. Then input output per second. Cloud HDD volume are designed for the throughput rather than the IOPS. Right. It's actually you can see here it's actually the SDD, right? SDD means we cannot install our OS, right? In SSD we can install our OS, means these two types of EBS volume we can install our OS, right? But in SDD things we cannot install our OS, means this also, and also this cold HDD we cannot install our OS, right? Then go for magnetic, EBS magnetic, suitable for workload where data access is infrequent and cost is primarily concerned, right? Where we cannot access the data frequently, right? This data we will access in a 15 days or 30 days. In this case, we can install the EBS, we can use the EBS magnetic, right? Performance low cost storage option with the lower performance compared to other EBS. It's a very low cost EBS, right? Input output per second, magnetic volume offer low input output compared to the other EBS volume type, right? So this is all about the volume theoretically. Then go for our AWS console. Here is our AWS console. In the left side you can see the elastic block storage, EBS, right? So you can see here in our previous class we have created a Jenkins instance, right? Jenkins instance we have created, and you can see here, right? Let me start this instance. Okay. Oh, sorry. Start instance. Okay, so in this section you can see the storage. Click the storage. You can see here. Uh, just okay. You can see here. Root device type is EBS, right? And this is root device name. This is the device name, right, actually. And you can, if you will go to this option volumes, you can see the volume mount with the EC2 instance. You can see this is the volume id, right? And size is this, and iops is 100. Then here is the snapshot and created when it will created, and availability zone, right? Availability zone means where it will available. uh, ap south 1b, right? ap south means ap south, you can see ap south means in our mumbai location, right? ap south 1, right? So in our mumbai location we have three zone, a, B, and C. This volume is available in the B zone, right? Availability zone B. So you can see here all those things, right? So suppose you want to add volume in your instance, right? Suppose it's give already given 8 GB, and in our requirement is you have to add suppose 10 GB, you have to add the 10 GB in your instance. Then how you will do it, right? For that, go to the create volume, right? And in the create volume section, volume types, you can see all the volume types those we have see in the PPT. These volume types are there, right? So we will take the general purpose SST here. So click this, and size is I'm writing suppose 10 GB it's required. And hello, so you are available? Yeah, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So you can see here the availability zone, right? So you can you will it's a very important thing, the availability zone. Our instance is available in the where our availability zone B, right? So you have to select this two in the availability zone B, otherwise it will not connected, because our all availability zone are completely isolated, right? Means in our mumbai location we have three availability zone and it's completely isolated from each other. So you have to select the where our instance is available in that availability zone, you have to also select our volume also, right? And don't create a volume from the snapshot, it's okay, fine, leave it. And if you want to give a tag, then give a tag also. I am giving a name, and name is let me EBS, right? And create a value. You can see here this EBS is reflected here. Where is it's this is one. Uh, Let me edit. Then we will identify easily EBS. Save it, right?
Where the tag will show.
But I think where it's not reflected.
And
Okay.
another question is that
Hmm.
previously this instance had have 8 GB memory, right?
Okay.
So when OS is on the previous 8 GB
Yes,
memory.
yes, yes, yes,
So you see that previous 8 GB memory has speed 100, but now you added 3000
yes.
IOPS.
IOPS,
So
yes.
this memory speed is high. That means machine, the OS. If I install OS on 300 3000 IOPS, then machine was quite faster over than 100 IOPS. Is it
Yes,
true?
yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Our transfer ratio, or we can say the input output per second, it's obviously higher in our newly created 10 GB value, right? So
Is it
requirement is like, suppose we want to store the means see in 8 GB we will store only the OS part, right? But in 10 GB we will store some data in there, right? So when we will access those data, it will very fast, because it's IOPS is 3000, right? We can access those data in very fast, right?
okay? Is it possible to shift the iOS to the 3000 IOPS or 10 GB, the last one you added?
uh, sorry, can you repeat this again?
Is it possible transfer OS to the latest memory, that is 10 GB? Since 10 GB that you added, its speed is high. Is it possible to shift iOS to
Means
that this?
yes, we can sync with the instance, EC2 instance. This is our actually main motto, right? This
Okay.
volume, this newly created volume, we will used in our EC2 instance, and how we will use this, we will show this. Okay. So how we will attach this to our EC2 instance, right? So click on the newly created volume EBS and go to the action section and mount. Here we can see the option like this is the modify volume, create attach volume. Go to the attach volume, right? And in this attached volume, select the, you can see here by availability zone is AP South B, right? It's we cannot edit this thing because our instance is in a AP South 1B location. So select this, it will reflect, right? Jenkins server is reflect, otherwise it will not reflect, right? If I will select, means this volume ID, right, is available in which location, it's automatically reflected. We cannot edit this thing. When we will create the instance, that time we have installed, you have already mentioned there where the volume is located, right? So select the instance, its device name is automatically reflected, and just attach the value, right? So it's very simple, and it will attach to the where our EC2 instance. But let me check where this 10 GB volume is reflected in the EC2 instance or not. Let me copy the public IP and go to gitbus. Gitbus. Okay, then connect this one. Okay, now it's connected, and let me check how storage is showing or not. If hyphen h. Okay, we can see here where is our 10 GB. You can see here 8 GB is showing, but there is a not showing the 10 GB, right? So you have to also mount here in the terminal. You have to also mount, means in AWS accounts we will attach, but after that when we will attach, you have to do some configuration in the instance level, right? For that we'll check it's showing actually, you can see it's showing the 10 GB, right? But when we will check the which volume we can use, uh, so the storage volume, this is the command for the storage volume, right? But when we will see all volume which is used or unused volume, this command is lsblk. You can see there is a 10 GB volume is already attached to our instance. This is this volume how we can used, right? For that we have to do one file, make a file system. uh, uh, for the do the make file system, the command is sudo mkfs, right? Make file system hyphen space uh, txfs, and the volume name, right? So where is the volume name? Where 10 GB, yes. Okay, okay, let me copy this here. I think this is the volume name. Okay, volume, this one. Okay, select this. Hmm. It's showing this is the volume name. Okay, let me type here xpdf da da da. So this is the data. Okay, real time is none. Then sudo create a directory mkdir data, right? Then mount the volume, right? Mount the volume in the directory, right? So what we will do, we'll do sudo mount, give the this name, right? Paste it here, then space, give the folder name data. Okay. Sorry, typo mistake. Mount, mount, mount. Okay, it's now mount. So sudo, to check the block id, sudo blkid. Okay, this is the block id. Let me copy all those things first. Then paste it in the text notepad. It will use when we will do the automation, means when we will restart the system, it automatically connect, right? So let me check our volume is showing or not. Okay, you can see here, now it's showing, right? In previously, when we will write this command, you can see here, and previously when we will write this command, it will not swing. right? It's only showing the 8 GB. But when we will mount this one, you will see this volume is now attached, right? So how we will use this one, right? So it's very simple. You can go to this volume cd slash data, right? In the data uh, data directory, we have mounted the volume, right? Go to the data directory, ls, right? We can create anything here, sudo mkdir uh, power cloud ls hyphen l. You can see the one directory I have created. Suppose you want to create a own file like pc.txt. Hello, good morning. You can save this one, then ls hyphen l, right? So in this way we can access our attached volume, right? Any question?
Why you save this in something you save
Hmm?
block ID.
Block
Is
ID,
it
right, right, right. Actually, block ID, when we will restart our instance, right, or reboot our instance, this configuration you have to do again and again. Those things means when we will restart the system, right? Sorry, just a minute. Battery low. Okay. So when we will restart our system, right, and uh, then check uh, so the storage volume which we can access, means df hyphen h, then it will not show this one, it will remove this one, and we have to again do the same thing, right? You can see here used is 2%, and it's mount where data, this thing we have created now, right? So how we will configure this one, right? So how we will configure this one, that's why when we will restart our system, it's automatically mount to our directory, right? So how we will do it? For that, go to sorry sudo vi, right? Sudo vi etc fs stop, and press enter, right? You can see here, and okay, you have to edit something here, right? Okay, press enter. In the last section you have to press enter and type uuid equals to, right? The in the it's the actually default one, means the 8 GB one, right? 8 GB one. I am just write here the 10 GB, right? So just go to here and copy the these things, uuid, copy this one, right, and paste it here, right? This is the same thing. Okay, 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 just wait. This is the same. Okay, this one, right? This one, this one. Copy. This is actually same. Copy this one and paste it here and space, where we have mount this volume, type this one, data, right, space. You can see it's slash means it's for root, and where we will attach this, uh, where we have attached this in the data directory, right? And fx fs, here this thing is written, just written the same thing and give space and default, just copy this thing, just copy and paste it here and give 0 2 and save this, right? This thing you have to do for the, if you will restart our instance, it's automatically connected, right? So you can see that this is the volume id, maybe it's actually same. You can see, no, it's not same. Okay, leave it. uuid. Okay, so let's restart our Jenkins server and let's see it will connect automatically mount or not, right? So let me stop this instance.
So when you typing, BI on BI, you
Hmm.
putting the number of the storage UUID.
Hmm.
So you just type 02 in the last section.
Yes, yes,
Why it is 02? But you just giving the number in it. It's like that.
yes, yes, yes. Means it is a second priority. First one is first execute 1 1, then after that this volume is executed. Just start instance. Sometime it will not work actually. If means if our configuration is wrong, means space, like because linux is case sensitive, right? Sometime it will fail to work. Okay, let's check. Okay, give the public ip, press enter. Okay, I'm in my terminal, then check df-h. Okay, okay, it's I think yes, it's showing,
Yes, it's so
right?
yeah.
But fine. Right, so in this way you can increase your volume for your storing purpose, right? If you will not do this configuration in the uh, instance level, right, then we cannot use. You are getting me, right? Means you will attach the volume, right? You have attached the volume in the aws console, but you cannot use this. For use this you have to first mount the volume in a directory, right? In through the directory you can easily use the volume, and you can see also those the data you have saved, it's actually present or not. Sorry, cd cd data ls hyphen l, you can see, and there is a text file also I have written. You can see, hello, good morning. right?
Suppose if a folder is a directory is suppose application, and on that directory I just save all the application. Is now
Mhm.
this application folder, now the volume is storage is about to end, so I added the storage. Then I want to mount with this applications directory, so we can mount this application so that I can storage application folder once again.
Application, see, like in our Windows system, by default, application is stored in where C drive, right? Hello.
Hmm,
Uh,
right.
so in this, but in Linux, uh, I think it's stored in the etc folder, right?
Right, it is differ for different
Huh.
ways.
So you can use this for what storage purpose. Suppose you have only 8 GB for your application, you can use 10 GB for anything you can store, any data, right? Any
Okay, okay,
any what required documents, right? You can store.
okay, got it.
Okay, okay. This is all about the volumes, right?